Good morning, Michi and my friends. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite movie, IT, in 2017. IT is a supernatural horror film based on Stephen King's novel IT in 1986. Let us look about the trailer of the movie.
There you go. She's all ready, Captain.
Thanks, Billy. There's not like any time I've ever been in before. People die or disappear 6 times the natural average. And that's just grown-ups. Kids are worse. Way worse. We all float down here.
I saw something. There was this...
Yeah, I saw him too.
Look. It's all connected by the sewers. That's where it lives. What happened?
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
For the plot in this movie is about 7 young outcasts in Derry are about to face their worst nightmare, an ancient shape-shifting evil that emerged from the silver every 27 years to prey on the town's children. Banding together over the course of one horrifying summer, the friends must overcome their own personal fears to battle the murderous, bloodthirsty clown witch known as Pennywise. There are many characters in this story. I just take a few main characters in this story. Ben Bird is brave in facing dangers and persistent. Mike Hanlon is quiet, knowledgeable, and watchfulness. Ben Hanscom is clever and courage. Beverly Marsh is careful and loving. Stan Uris believes in science and logic and cleanliness. Richie Tozer is optimism and humor. The themes in this story is fear and the power of fantasy, and friendship and loyalty. Fear and the power of fantasy is because the Pennywise will transform into the form of the things that they most fear, and they finally defeat the evil by using the power of fantasy. Friendship and loyalty is because the 7 friends, they fight together against the evil and they win. As a conclusion, I learned that courage is the key to success in this movie. This is because as the evil will transform into the things they most fear and they are afraid of, but they still take out their courage to fight against the evil and the things that they fear of. The favorite quote in this movie I love is when Bill Denbert said, "If we stick together, we win." This means that we must stick together and we can fight against our fear and fight against our target, and we will succeed. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning, I am SITI BINTI MOHAMAD from Section 11 Essential Communication Skills. The film that I will talk about is The Pursuit of Happyness, 2006.
I met my father for the first time when I was 28 years old. When I had children, my children were going to know who their father was. Chris Gardner was doing his best. We don't need to. You only one. Maybe next quarter. It's possible. But his best wasn't enough. Man, I got 2 questions for you. What do you do and how do you do it? Stockbroker. Oh.
I need the rent. I can't wait anymore. I need you out of here in the morning.
You gotta trust me, alright?
I trust you.
Because I'm getting a better job.
Let me see if I can find you an application for an internship.
There's no salary. I was not aware of that. My circumstances have changed some.
Dad, where are we going?
I don't know. You're scoring 90% on the written exam. You wasn't chosen. It's not a simple pass fail. You're not quitting on this yet, are you?
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. Alright?
Alright.
Jay says you're pretty determined.
Where are you going? I'm going to competitive internship at Team Winner.
He said you're smart.
This isn't possible. I can do it.
We can't. No one can.
dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
The Pursuit of Happiness, inspired by a real-life story about a homeless and unemployed salesman in Francisco, Chris Gardner. In pursuing his life happiness as a single father with his 5-year-old son, Christopher Gardner, after separated with his wife, Linda, because of financial demands. Along the way, in chasing his life happiness with his son, he must went through a lot of struggles and hardships. His Gardner life only depends on the portable bone density scanner to be sold to the doctors and at the medical centers. But unfortunately, the medical scanners was too expensive and not all the doctors agreed to buy from him. He then selected as an unpaid intern in a brutally competitive stroke worker training program in Decatur, Illinois, where only 1 in 20 interns will be selected. But without a salary, Chris and his son were evicted from their apartment and were forced to sleep on the street, homeless shelters, and metro station Buffalo. With self-confidence, the love and trust of his son, Chris Gardner rose above his obstacles and finally able to pursue his happiness and became a Wall Street legend. From my point of view, the viewers should follow the positive attitudes that the main characters portray in this film Chris Gardner, such as determination, self-confidence, and hardworking after watching the movie. Firstly, we can observe that his ex-wife Linda did not support and believe that Chris Gardner able to solve all the medical scanners. After many months has passed, yet Chris couldn't solve any of the scanners until she felt irritated and insisted to separate with Chris because of financial problems. However, Chris did not give up and continued to persuade the doctors to buy the scanners until one day he finally managed to solve all the medical scanners. Furthermore, Chris' luck changed when he applied for an internship with a stock brokerage firm, even though he realized that only a small chance for him to be selected as an employee. And the worst, she absolutely zero knowledge about the business. About 6 months become an unpaid internship. He encountered many challenges and struggles. For example, Chris always failed to persuade his client to sign a contract with him in the firm, but yet he's still trying and not give up search for a client. But without a salary, he couldn't pay the apartment rent and was evicted from the apartment by the house owner. He became homeless and forced to sleep in the streets, in the metro station walkway, and a homeless shelter. Nevertheless, he still not lost his spirit. This can be proved when he always wear his suit and tie in the next morning and act like nothing happened and continue fight as an internship in the firm. At the end of the story, he eventually secured a place in the firm and found his happiness when he became a multi-millionaire. Christopher Gardner was only 5 years old, where he's already experienced a lot of life lessons. In my opinion, I discovered he was a clever child and loved his family very much. Christopher was a clever child when he argued and not satisfied with his father about the possibilities for them to watch a football match. Christopher Gardner was also a loving and caring child when he said trust his father to secure a stable job when they were at a subway. When Chris told his son do not spend too much time on basketball because he felt that Christopher will not be a professional basketball in the future. However, when he remembered that people around him also do not believe and support his efforts to secure a stable job, he then encouraged his son to never give up on his dream, even when people tell him he cannot do it, even himself. And that's what people do. Just because they have not success on something, they try to discourage you from it as well. Who say you cannot success if they fail? Don't let people make you a victim to their failures and unhappiness. Don't let them kill your dream by projecting their negativity on. Chris believed that his success only depends on his efforts, not fate or luck. He has a dream, he keeps it and goes after it. Linda's walking in front of Christopher at the bus station. It was not a good example for a woman and a mother to smoke in front of a child. It can cause the child to follow the bad behavior from their parents, and it will also affect the child. There was a time when Chris had to lie in front of Christopher when they were at Ribbon House. Other than that, he's still lying that he still had a car, although his car already confiscated to the authorities. It's clearly not a good example for a parent lying in front of his own child. At the end of the movie, Chris experienced his one moment of happiness after went through all the hard time. Do you think it was worth it? Would you enter an internship without a pay and have to compete 20 other interns for one spot in a company? Why and why not?
Hi, my name is HUANG. Today I want to sharing one movie that I've watched a few years ago. This movie name is Frog. The type of this movie is yacht, romance, and comedy. The plots. This story happened in the year 1957 when the Julie mixed with the bracelet in the town When they look into each other's eyes, Julie knows that it's love, but Bracer don't show and try to get away with her. 4 years later, Bracer tried to get rid of Julie by dating with Sherry. However, Sherry's friends, Garrett, he loves Sherry and telling about the truth. After Julie knows Bracer has broke up, she thinks she has a chance to have him back. Julie was dismayed because the sycamore tree was cut down, and her father gave her a planting of the same kind of a tree, causing her to overcome her restrict. Julie hurt when she finds out Bracer when Bracer throwing away the age she offered. Okay, as the basketball ocean approach, Julie finds out Sherry is planning to beat on the Bracers. Bracer worry about what will happen in reality if Julie tries to start a breeding war with Sherry, but she beat on a boy named Eric throughout out of sympathy as nobody was beating on him. However, during lunch, Bracer cannot see in not Julie talking with Eric while he talked with Sherry. Much to his jealous, he grabs her shoulder and tries to grips her. After watching Julie was hurt, Bracer tried to talk with Julie, but because of what he did, she refused to do so. 2 days later, Bracer plants a sycamore tree in the Julie front yard to show her how he feels. When she sees this, she goes up to help him and realizes this after all this year. And they never start to talking with each other as they plant a tree and put their hands on each other, looking into each other's eyes and sharing smile, loving smile. The Julie is the main character of this story, as ordinary as the tree girl Julie, independent, free-thinking girls, considerate and willing to use the life of the defense tree as it of good things in a life symbol. Character Bracer. He is a handsome boy. He shy when the Julie hug him in the grass. He ensures the kids. The front of from the childhood yard between boys and girls in the wall, expressed in the girl of people thinking. So let's look at the trailer.
When I first moved into the neighborhood, I felt like I was gonna lose my lunch. Being the new kid was the most cruel and unusual punishment ever invented.
What? You're here! Hey, where's your girlfriend?
And that was just the beginning.
I met him on a Monday.
Through the years, my parents hoped I would grow up right and get a good education.
Is that a rooster? No, it looks like a chicken. How can you tell?
A rooster's a chicken. The question is, are they all hens?
Do roosters strut?
Yes, they do. Just shoot me now. Careful what you wish for.
I'm just not so sure I got the education they had in mind.
I need your sharpener. You heard her knocking?
Hey, what you got there, Dad's Playboy?
None of your business.
Give my best to Miss October.
Get out! Or should I say your best? You're disgusting!
Welcome to your Mayfield School Basket Boys auction.
In school, the only thing I totally flunked out in was understanding girls.
Let's start the bidding at $5.
15, 20, 25, 50.
My, $50.
Sold.
I mean, how can anyone figure out what they're thinking?
Bryce, you should come up here. It's so beautiful.
And how do you talk to them?
I can't. My dad needs me to help him fix a thing.
Thank you. This is all my presentation today.
The movie I present is Avatar 2009.
KHOO.
Aufbruch nach Pandora.
The plot. The genre of the movie is action, fantasy, and science fiction. The film is set in 22nd century when human colonizing Pandora, a large habitable moon of gas giant in Alpha Centauri star system, in order to mine the mineral unobtainium. Humans have depleted of natural resources, lead to a self-energy crisis. Much discussion has concerned the film treatment of environmental protection. The theme. The film is about Earth resource development administration coming to Pandora in order to mine it for the richness of its resource. When they fight to defend Navy, the Navy close bond with the natural worldwide serve them and come to their aid. The film about the conflict between the Navy and humans, also the conflict between science and the military. The character of the film. First, I would like to introduce Jack Sully. He is courageous because he is a fast learner and quickly adopts Navy way of life. He became the member of Omutika clan only in 3 months. Second characteristic he shows is bravery. He displays leader skill, and when he unites the Navy and leads them to battle against the RDA. The second character is Neytiri. She is fearless, brave, royal, and strong-willing. She devotes her clan and willing to put herself in a dangerous situation for the sake of her clan. She also has a kind heart. When Jack Sully attacked by a pack of viper wolves, she protects him by feeding the creature. The third character is Colonel Mars Courage. He was familiar with combat techniques as demonstrated by his marksmanship, hand-to-hand, and melee combat skills. He is also a fierce person, which he have high tolerance for pain, easily ignore his shoulder when they are set on fire.
Good morning to Miss G and all my friends. This is my film review presentation. The film that I will present is The Truman Show that released on the year 1998. Let's take a look at the trailer.
30 years ago, the Omnicam Corporation created the ultimate reality-based television experience, The Truman Show. Beginning with a child's birth, they set out to document an entire human life, every single moment broadcast live to the world. They created his hometown of Sea Haven, all of it completely enclosed within the dome of the Truman stage.
Cue the sun.
And even though The Truman Show has become an international phenomenon, Truman himself has never learned the true nature of the world around him.
It's television! Yes!
Despite some close calls. Every aspect of his life has been carefully scripted and meticulously crafted. But the one thing no one could predict was who Truman Burbank would grow up to be.
Good morning!
Morning!
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I hereby proclaim this planet Trumania of the Burbank Galaxy. Trumania, Trumania, I love and honor you.
The Truman Show can be also called as the Truman Show. That is meant by all things are fake except Truman, the main character in this film. The Truman Show describes the life of a man who is initially unaware that he is living in a constructed world. His actions were broadcast 24 hours to billions of people across the globe. Truman's hometown is Sea Haven Island, a big studio that got thousands hidden cameras. He was surrounded by paid actors every day. Everybody in this show knows this is a show except Truman. When he discovers the truth, he decided to escape from Sea Haven Island. The genre and basic story of this film is 1998 American psychological comedic drama film. The theme of this film is media and got similarity with Utopia. In this film, I think there are 4 main characters. There are Truman Burbank, Christoph, Hannah Jo that acts as Maria Burbank, and Sylvia that acts as Lauren Garland. Truman Burbank is a truth person. His famous quotes is "Good morning," and "In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night." He is a brave person because he chose to escape from Sea Haven Island when he realized that it is a fake world. He has a job in the insurance business. Christoph is the creator of the Truman Show. He has strong control desire on Truman. In this film, I think he is like a strict father that always control Truman's life and think Sea Haven Island is the best place for Truman. His famous quotes is, "I have given Truman the chance to live a normal life. The world, the place you live in is a sick place." Hannah Jo and Sylvia that act as Maria Burbank and Lauren Garland respectively are also the main characters in this film. Both of them caused the Truman's realize that Sea Haven Island is not a true world. Maria is the Truman's wife, while Sylvia is Truman's college schoolmate and a girl that Truman fell in love with during his school life. The negative criticism in this film is unwanted pregnancy and legally adopted by a corporation. Truman is unwanted pregnant and being adopted by a corporation. After being adopted, he experienced 30 years constructed world. The recommendation of this film is human rights is fair. We cannot control others by our desire with the reason it is good for you. The moral value that I get from this film is the truth won't inevitably be concealed. This is the best film that can carry out some errors. So, let's watch this film together.
Good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to talk about the best movie film presented in our group. In my opinion, the best movie film presented in our group is The Pursuit of Happyness in 2006. This film is about life of a single father and his young son find themselves alone with no place to go. Even though Chris lands a job but it pays no money, they must live in shelters and endure many hardships, but Chris still refuses to give in despair as he struggles to create a better life with himself and his son. I think it's definitely worth watching because it helps us to gain power and energy to grow in our life. It portrays a man with a child who is pushed to the lower part of his life and how he's stepping up his life by his own learning and hard work. It also works so well because it shows the true side of life, that we as humans might go through a number of failures before we achieve what we want. And even when we get what we want, we might still not avoid some failures. Besides, it also taught me that to guide my dream with my heart and mind. It had taught me to avoid feeling discouraged. So, I think it's the best movie among us.
In my opinion, The Pursuit of Happiness is the best film because this movie has teach young people and adults have a valuable lesson. The family should always faith in one. Moreover, the father and son should always faith in each other. I learned from the society that they only have one thing, that father and daughter and mother and son are the most common happy relation. But this movie have changed perspective of accepting the things that only society speak. If you like it, then you have it. No matter what I say, no matter what everyone say, it is an excellent movie that shows if you work hard, then you finally will get success. I strongly recommend the kind should watch this movie so they will realize that they will blessed with their life and it's not easy for parents to struggle away. This movie finally to tell the audience ups and downs are the normality and essential of the life. Many people long for the secure life but do not get it. Try to understand and facing the natural life is not the pessimistic things. It is an important to face the fact. Okay, to have courage to stand out again and break the shackles. But it is the necessary condition to happiness to come in the finally. Thank you. This is all my opinion today.
From my point of view, I choose The Truman Show 1986 as the best movie because of the message that this film wanted to deliver to the viewers, which were overcoming fear by taking risks and find the meaning of life. In this film, Truman reminds us to question everything and ignore people's opinion about ourselves. The society around us often made bad assumptions from the things we find being or planning, which success to limit our possibilities. For example, we can't find a stable and better job or success in whatever business we develop. We just accept what others tell us about ourselves. So it's now the perfect time for us to listen to ourselves and start asking and questioning ourselves. What if I finish write the book I've always wanted to write? Maybe one day there is someone willing to publish it. Hence, build your confidence and ignore the criticism around you. Apart from that, life is nothing without taking risks, and this is really at the heart of the movie. What are you willing to risk to fulfill your dreams? Once you are done with questioning about everything and thought about your dream, now it is the time about what are you willing to sacrifice to go after your dreams. Often, it's a question of whether we are willing to trade in a comfortable life for one of significance and meaning. Hence, these were the life lessons which one should learn from Jimmy Carrey's The Truman Show.
In my opinion, the best film is It 2017. It is a supernatural horror movie. The film is about a group of 6 friends that facing their fears and coming together as a team. When the group is separated, Pennywise always have the upper hand. Yet they work together, facing him head-on. He is not nearly as dangerous. The film giving us inspiration of it is important to having friends because they are our mental support in our daily life. The film also showed that it is important to face the problem and fear, but not running away from it. Thank you.
Same as T and KHOO, I also think The Pursuit of Happiness is the best film. When I first time watched this film name, I think maybe got some typing error because the happiness is not still like this. After watch the video, I just know why the film name is like this. The Pursuit of Happiness is a true story about Chris Gardner, a hard-crazed African-American single parent and his 5-year-old son struggle to survive and fulfill the American dreams in San Francisco in 1981. Chris Gardner tried to sell bone scanners machine to doctors and medical medical centers for maintain their life. His wife, Linda, left them because much of the financial pressure on them. Although faced a lot of difficulty, Chris Gardner still achieved successful in his life. I remember a scene that after Chris and his son, Christopher Gardner, playing basketball. Christopher tells his father that he wants to be a professional basketball player. Chris tells him it is impossible because Chris himself is not good at playing basketball. Christopher becomes unhappy, and at that time, Chris tells him, "Hey, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something, not even me, alright? You got a dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves, they wanna tell you, you can't do it. If you do want something, go get it." This friend gave me some warning. I'm studying in university now and has a better condition than Chris. Chris can achieve a successful life in that hard condition, why I can't do better than him. The story of Chris tells me all the hard work will be returned in a good result. I think this film is a better film among us. Thanks for ASMAH for introducing this film to me. As a conclusion, majority of us supporting the pursuit of happiness is the best film among us. Thank you.